Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is time for the Week 8 preview of fantasy football. Harsh
Harsh
reality.
reality.
Oh, man, so much is going on, so much news. And we just spoke a couple of days ago. We've had one game. The Thursday night game already went off. It was a lovely game for the Chargers. Not so much for Minnesota, who seems to have just fallen off a cliff, both
Crazy.
offensively and defensively, which I believed in this defense. And that it's a testament to the fact that a team's about to fall apart when I start to believe in them. The second, it's true. Anytime I'm like, no, they've been hot. No, I said Minnesota's defense must start versus Philly, and Philly had the best offensive day of their season. And it
But
was
wait a
my
minute.
fault. It was my
Wait a
fault.
minute. Wait a minute. The Minnesota defense, and it was the Chargers, not Philly, but the
No, I was
Minnesota.
saying that was the first time I jinxed them,
Oh,
and they've been terrible
gotcha.
ever
I,
since.
but the Minnesota defense last night, I saw a pick six right up front. I don't know
Oh,
why they overturned that. That was a strange call, changed the entire game. It would have, like, if that stood, and I still don't see where it hit. But
well, you know
um,
what it was? It was in his hands, but it moved a little bit.
yeah,
But I'm with you, especially, but I can't say I honestly feel that way because I had bet the over on the first quarter because I saw a field goal and a touchdown. And then when they intercepted that for the first touchdown, and I had now had, 13 and a half minutes to just get the other three, I was
you were
like,
feeling
I knew it. I
money.
had and then after that, they couldn't do a thing and they never got close again. And the Chargers didn't score again until the second, and I lost the part. I lost the bet. So why do you get that?
Yeah, well, it happens. At least you don't bet very much, very
No,
high.
I lost $10. Um, but it does raise a question, and we see this a lot in these games where they will just stick with the veteran who's clearly just a mess instead of just turning to the young unproven quarterback. And it's to me, it's like you're like, okay, we need to get from here to there. Our choices are this beat up Ford F-150 from 1965, and it's over there. And then you have this, it's not glamorous, but it's a new car. It's a new car. And you're like, let's stick with this beat up Ford
Yeah.
F-150. And I'm like, guys, just
Well,
give
I
the
don't know
other
how
guy a
much. I mean,
shot.
who did you want them to give a shot to?
Whoever that young dude was that was on the sideline, who at least was
Oh,
healthy
that
enough
ran
to stand there
the
in
kid
the
at the
quarterback,
end.
the kid at the end, they gave him three
Yeah,
once it was over, and what's his name's on the sideline.
crying.
Just
Wentz was crying.
having a conniption, just so dramatic. Like, just stop. And then
He was in pain.
right. So stop putting him out there.
Well, that's not his fault.
If he's visually signaling, he should have been like, I can't go back out, guys. Look at me. I'm in pain. Stop it.
Yeah, yeah,
His arms in a Terminator sleeve and
right.
he's broken down. Like, no, just put the kid in. At least he can efficiently run an offense. You're not going to win anyway.
You're
Just,
absolutely right.
I mean,
When you see your starting quarterback like struggle to bat his own pass that got batted down, when you see that, it's
yeah.
like, you know what? This is bad. I need to do something. Needs to change.
Somebody needs to do something, and they
I got to
just
put in.
kept sending him out there. And again, you're not going to win sending him out there. You know that. You're
Right.
not going to help him heal up for another game if you need him, if you send him back out there. I mean,
Right.
either way, you're sending him. So just put in a kid who's young and needs the reps, and at least he can officially
Yeah, at least see
protect
what you
himself.
got. Look, it's a
Yeah.
perfect opportunity to figure out what you got in the young
He
kid.
can
Put
run
him in
from
a
the
prime time
defense. If he gets
situation.
hit, he
Yeah.
gets back up. He has all
Right.
these other qualities that seem like they might be valuable at a time like that. And yet teams over and over will just stick with that broken F-150 and just send it back out there again. I don't get it.
Real quick, F-150, not a current sponsor.
No. Nor
Not
will
yet.
they be. I don't
Not yet.
not based on that analogy.
Right. Well,
Also, is it just me, or did Quinston Johnston bang Herbert's girlfriend or something? Like, he is
it was so weird. You know what it is? It's the rise of Gadsden.
agreed.
That's it. Well, that and I mean, look, Ladd is coming on. There's so many mouths to feed over there, and Gadsden's been so reliable. That sort of was
But then they put
Quentin.
in Trey Harris and throw him the
No,
touchdown.
that was weird. That one was odd. I was like, who the heck is this guy?
I mean, he's the rook and he's supposed to be the future, but still, Johnston was the star at the beginning of the season. Keenan, I mean, I get that now McConkey's
I don't
back
even know
involved
if he got
and
any.
now Gadsden was involved, but there's something fishy going on with what's happened to Johnston's usage.
Well,
And
it
I
was
think
a.
it goes outside the lines. That's
It,
just me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I mean, my. What did you call yourself? A something.
I call it, I think it was a plausible hypothesis.
A plausible hypothesis. There you go.
Yeah.
As long as we're on a tiny break, I just got to share a quick story with everyone. It's your joke when I had lost bad last week, and I was like, okay, that's it. I am desperate, desperate times. This was before the wire hit. I said, desperate times, desperate measures, you guys. And Greg's like, oh God, here it comes.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, Travion Henderson on the block. And I get a couple of laughs, but immediately is I'll take the block from Greg. I'll take the block. And I thought, damn, I would too. You could use a block.
You know, and I've been holding on to Travion Henderson like I did with Krosky and a few leagues. Like I just still believe it.
It's so
And I
cathartic
also know that
him.
the second I let him go, he is going to explode
Fine,
and have
fine.
the game of his lifetime. Or Ramondre will get injured, and now I got to go. And so I just keep holding on to him, but it is becoming a very sad.
I let him go, and it was super cathartic.
I did let him. I think I let him go in one place, but
And it felt good, didn't it?
I still believe in him. I just
I mean, I
do.
hear you in Dynasty, sure, but in a 10-team redraft, this guy,
Dude,
you
I
got
had
it. He
Kamani
got to
Vidal.
go.
I drafted Kamani Vidal last season, or as Al Michaels calls him, Vidal.
Vidal, the whole game, nobody interrupted him.
Right, and I'm like, is there an E in his name that I'm not aware of?
Okay,
I mean, it might be Vidal. I don't know, but I definitely not. I doubt it's Vidal.
You know how we always talk about Al Michaels thinly veiling betting shit? One of the funniest things I've ever seen was, they did the whole backstory of the 49ers versus the Chargers in the Super Bowl 20 years ago or 25 years ago or whatever it was, and Al Michaels with the call. And he was going over it, and they did this whole build up, and Kirk Herbstreit turns over to Al, and he says, Al, what is your best memory of that game? And he goes, the spread was 19 points.
I remember that. I remember when he said that. He's like, "What's your best memory?"
I was like, that's your.
The
first thing, the spread was 19
He's
points.
such a hardcore gambler.
And then at the end of the game, when they were kicking the field goal, he's like, the game's not officially over. It's not over officially. To some, let's kick. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow, Al, so you never change.
And I bet he has like a long-term relationship with his bookie.
With a bookie, several, I'm sure.
So probably just very private, someone he's trusted for decades.
I'm sure of it. I hope it's not Chauncey Billups' guy. Anyway, I digress.
Other notes include Gadsden is the truth. And Vidal has cemented his role. And, they've been saying, and it was still out there leading up to this game, that the Chargers were calling all over the league, trying to get Brees Hall, somebody else. And I think maybe now they may be like, you know what?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
And did you hear Hampton still in a walking boot? Not like it's been almost 4 weeks. Just because he's on IR doesn't mean that he's guaranteed to come back in 4 weeks. It means he's out a minimum of 4 weeks. Vidal could be in there for a while. Haskins is gone, right?
Yeah.
It's like what was that where all the drummers die, Spinal Tap. It's like the running backs are all the drums. Everyone keeps dropping.
San Francisco used to be that team. They used to be Spinal Tap, just going through them like beer cans. Why? Okay, guys. I know the running back. He's like, he's our RB1. Put him right back in. But come on, Aaron Jones. I mean, you warm him up, you put him in for a few plays, but you don't just make him the lead back again right off of IR.
Well, there was no back. I mean, they both had less than 10 touches. They both ate a bag of poop. They were awful.
Well,
Jordan
and they
Mason
they fell behind pretty bad, pretty quick.
was so bad,
So
like they could not run, and they tried, they just couldn't do it.
I'll tell you what,
That defense showed up
watching
after you
that,
brought them down.
watching
They
that,
came up.
yeah, watching that Chargers defense just feast on Aaron Jones, on Carson Wentz. Just
Yeah, I
what
felt
I
bad for
mean, I
Carson.
know he couldn't move, he couldn't complete a pass. He was just it was just duck and cover all day. Just
Yeah,
oh,
and holding
horrible.
that one arm in the with the
And then they
Terminator.
send him back out. He's on the sideline. And they're like, all right, you're up again. No, you
And
can't
then he's
have the kid.
laughing.
I know the kid's healthy. I know he's fine, but no, get out there, old guy. We're gonna bust you up, and we want to make sure you remember this game for the rest of your life.
The last game you'll ever play.
Yeah. I want
Have
you to
fun.
never be able to sleep on your left side again. It just makes no sense. Now, in regards, you did mention the gambling thing, which is a big story in sports in general, the NBA. You got an NBA head coach getting arrested in his own home, getting tied to the mob and a
Yeah.
table, a
Poker
poker game,
table
and
too.
all
Yeah.
this. And we've been talking about,
We've been
we've
saying
been
some
saying,
things.
we've
You're
been
a
saying
VL. Wait, let's say it one more time. You're a
a
what?
plausible
Plausible,
hypothesis.
a plausible hypothesis.
And
You were
we've
just
been
hypothesizing.
plausibly hypothesizing about how all these gambling sponsorships and now it being such a huge thing, and they talk about it nonstop on every program, that
Yeah.
there's no way for it not to seep in. And I think we've seen what it will be the first, and this was of many dominoes to fall, and this was an FBI
Cash
like
Patel.
sting
Weird.
operation. Like
Yeah.
it was carried out, people like over 100 people over 11 states
Yeah.
situation, including mafia capos and sports figures.
Five
And
families, five
yeah,
different mafia. I mean, it
I
is
mean,
nuts. This sounds like a movie script. I
yeah,
mean, it's
and it
weird.
probably will be,
Oh,
you
for sure.
know,
It should be. I'm sure someone's already
yeah,
writing the movie. Did he?
what do we call it? Be like, um, hoop screams,
There you go. Screams.
hoop screams. Uh,
Yeah. We'll
yeah,
figure it out.
anyways,
We'll get there.
shaved ice. I don't know.
Shaved. Yeah, I was going to think about shave.
Shaved
I want to put
ice.
shaving in there.
Something.
But that would be great for hockey. Anyway,
That would be.
we
That'd be way better
digress.
for hockey. We got a
Yeah,
good
we,
one. And even
we
if you put,
digress.
I don't know, softballs. See, it's still. Anyways, the point is, I think this is not the last gambling of the sporting
Right.
world that is going to surface. I
I worry about pickleball. You know,
I
what
would
will
too.
become
Yeah,
what will
yeah.
become of pickleball
Or megaball.
or megaball or highlight. I mean, I'm nervous. I
Yeah.
think it's going to affect all of these.
And listen, if they get to
Frisbee golf. I mean, come on. You could have had something there.
cornhole.
There you go.
Cornhole. God, I got
Huh.
right to the end of the board
Yeah.
and there was no water in the pool.
You were so
Cornhole.
close.
If they get to all I could think was Johnsonville, because they sponsor all of the cornhole events during the dead season of sports, and I'm the only jag on my couch. Like, what mega ball? It's the Ocho and all that business. But
I
yeah,
watched Aaron Jones throw a little bag. Aaron Jones, the running back.
is this your personal life you're talking about now, or?
Well, I mean that too, but he was on ESPN.
Oh, okay.
Doing cornhole, throwing
Throwing
the
to
bag.
cornhole. Yeah, listen, he had to do something during all those weeks in IR, so now we know what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into it. Any other massive? What else are we looking at? Lamar is in a will he, won't he
injuries, right?
relationship
Okay, right.
with the press and fantasy football.
Well, Lamar, honestly, I don't know if he's going to play or not. I don't think they're being cagey. I don't. I mean, they might.
He was a full
Coaches have a tendency to do that.
participant today.
Was he
Yeah,
full?
full.
If he was a full participant, then I think he'll play.
I think so too. I mean, they
If he
have
was a
still
full
listed as
participant, I think
questionable,
he'll
and
play.
they've made it clear that it's his call. So he may get to Sunday and be like, one run and I'm done. So it's his call. It's a game time decision. You're in a precarious position if he's on your team and you want to start him. Obviously, you want to start him, but you obviously want to start him for the rest of the season too. But
yeah.
boy, you've waited. And the team is in free fall. The reason I think he will play for sure is the team's in free fall and they have to start winning again now. It doesn't matter if he comes back next week. If they fall to 1-6, There's no coming out of it. It's too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw that happen last year with Cincinnati. They did all
Yes.
they could,
You win
but they
5 in a
just fell
row
down
and
too
you're
far
6-6.
it was too far. They fell down too
You
far,
can't go any
couldn't
further
get
than
out of it.
you've lost all your credits.
At that point, you're depending on 6 other teams to lose to other, it's out of your hands. You've played yourself out.
And it
It's
comes
true.
down to play calling. Their diminished use of Derrick Henry has come to bite them in the ass. Okay.
All right. So did we mention that Waller was on IR on
Yes.
the last one? Okay. So
Yes.
Waller's on IR. Bucky Irving, we know he's out. Jaden Daniels, we know he's out. Garrett Wilson is now officially out for the
Okay.
Jets.
I
So
think
that
Ricky
should be good.
Pearsall may have just been declared out too.
Oh, really? God, that guy.
I
What a
think so. I
shame.
just saw a flash about him, and I got to figure out which team he's on. But I keep going.
And we just said AJ Brown. We were talking AJ Brown has officially been ruled out.
Yes,
So
Pearsall is now officially out. Yep.
so he's officially out. Pearsall's out, which means Jennings, I think, big uptick for him. But Nico Collins did not practice today. If he didn't practice today, I don't think
Yeah, no practice on Friday means you're not playing.
that
You
he's
got to get up to
allowed
at least, I mean, at
in concussion
minimum a
protocol.
limited. And really, most people would tell you a full practice on Friday, limited during the week, but to not even
Right.
practice at all, yeah, you're not playing.
Yeah,
Is
he's
it a
going to be
concussion?
out.
He's a concussion?
Correct.
Yeah, then he's
Boy,
not
his
playing.
head hit hard. His head hit harder than Harrison's.
I mean,
the
that
week
is,
before.
but because it is a concussion, not a physical ailment, it is one of those things that if he by chance gets cleared tomorrow, there's nothing
But how?
physically keeping him. What? He just has to pass the test, the protocols.
Well, I think isn't practicing part of that or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, I should look into that. What their actual
I think you have to be
protocols
through certain
are.
stages of the protocol to start practicing.
Yeah,
But I mean, I suppose there is a world where he could be cleared Sunday
I
morning.
guess it
You
doesn't
know?
feel like he will, but
I don't think so. It seems like very much a long shot. I would
Right.
I would easily count on it not happening.
Yeah. So with AJ Brown and Nico out and all these people on bye, I mean, it's going to be kind of crazy. People will be scrambling. Those are the ones that I have that I can think of. The rest, I think, have already been, updated to where they passed today. I wrote some of this stuff down yesterday before today's
Yeah.
practice. So
Two things I think worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Since this is our longer edition show, Rodgers has declared that he actually wants to retire a Packer.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Had a lot of great mememories with that team.
Yeah, and I'm like, we'll see if they accept
Let's
the
see.
offer.
Right.
You know, they might honor you in absentia, but I don't think anybody wants to see you walk back through there and be celebrated. And Dan Orlovsky has said unequivocally, the Cowboys have the best wide receiver duo in the entire NFL.
Well, if Dan Orlovsky says it, it's true.
I feel pretty good about it. That guy knows.
We have the most explosive offense in the NFL, period.
Yeah.
Hands down,
Well, and
the end.
you do have to take into account the other guys are working with lesser quarterbacks when you're talking about the real content would be Chase, and Higgins.
Mm-hmm. Well, they just got an upgrade with old man Flacco.
One game. We'll see. One game.
Two games.
2 games. 2 games. We'll see. 2 games.
2 games in 7 days. Pretty impressive for the old guy.
Yeah.
2 games in 7 days.
That might be all he's got.
I mean, it might. I doubt it. All right, we'll see.
We'll see. 2 games. Although they've got an
Rodgers.
incredible matchup this week.
Yeah.
Okay. 3
I got
games.
him in all my
3
DFS.
games. All right. 3 games.
3 games.
3
Okay.
games. It's definitely got 3 games.
Oh, right. That sounds like a streak.
All right. Is this the week for anything? Is this the week?
It is. You know what? I'm going to let you take the one that is such a gimme. Go ahead and tell us your running back. We know who it is.
Oh, okay. See, this was actually a close contest because the 2 at the top had, but all of mine are super chalky, starting with Bijan Robinson, RB1 versus Miami. JT versus Tennessee is
that's mine. That's my number one.
So close. I mean, it's one or the other. I don't see how it could possibly be anybody else.
I mean, it might be Christian McCaffrey because he might be the only player.
But the matchups are so delightful.
Right,
and San Fran's playing New Orleans. Is that right?
Who's that?
San Fran?
No. San Fran is playing Houston.
Houston. Oh, right. Houston's a very good defense.
Very good defense.
See, the other
Yes.
guys, very bad defense.
Yes.
So
Right.
I stick, but I think Bijan.
It's going to be Bijan or JT. You
Yeah,
take Bijan, I'll take JT.
yeah.
You
But I
know,
will say this
one of us
though.
will be right for
Yes,
sure.
for sure, for sure. Lock it up. That's the lock of the week. One of
I've
these two
got
guys.
some. I got one for you. Ready?
Okay, go for it.
This is the week Joe Flacco finishes as QB number 1 in the NFL.
I can't. Okay, I can't argue the case, and he is benefiting from there being very few games this week. So the competition is greatly diminished, but you got guys against a lot of bad defenses out
Yeah,
there.
most people would pick Bo Nix, but I wanted to try to go away from what everyone is doing.
And I wouldn't even go that far because Dallas has been improving, but you may be
Yeah.
right. I think,
Yeah.
see, for me, it's Mahomes is going to be QB1 on Monday night versus a completely
Washington.
diminished, beat up Washington team that is absolutely reeling in every category with a great defense. Mahomes having a great defense. I think he's going to light it up.
Yeah.
I think it's easily going to be Mahomes.
Right on. Okay.
I
Fun.
will
You
say
didn't
this
take
though:
Nix.
this is the week that Saquon Barkley has his breakout game for the season.
Back against his old team again.
Back against his old team. Time to make up ground. Brown is out. AJ Brown is out.
Oh, right. That's a great point.
They
With
got to
him
get
out,
that
it's
running game
gotta help
going.
Saquon.
I think it's going to be Saquon Day. I think they're going to lean on it. And I think we're going to, the little glimmer of it we saw that somehow they got away from last time, we're going to see it this time. It's going to be exciting. Lock it up. He's going to have that breakout game. I'm not saying he's going to be RB1, but he is going to have the game we've been waiting for him to have this week.
You know what this is? This is the week Raheem Shaheed gets that bomb touchdown, baby. It's Raheem Shaheed week, y'all.
Oh,
he gonna
man.
He gonna get his. Fire him up.
Listen, I love hearing this because I picked him up off the wire because I needed Mageddon help. And I'm like, he's as good as it gets. So I don't want to trade anybody away to cover 1 week. So I love hearing this. And go ahead.
So close to saying this is also Romeo Dobbs. They're both, both these guys fire them up. They got it. They're doing it.
It's their week to come alive again. This is those random weeks, the up, down, up, down. This is the up, catch it. You want it on the up. This is the up. That's what you're saying. I hope it's true. I'm too emotionally invested to see it clearly. So I'm not going to go as far as to say that.
I have no investment. So
I will say that in conjunction with Mahomes being QB1, Rashee Rice will be wide receiver 1. Again, Washington reeling, beat up. I think they're, and for me, the number 1 defense is going to be Indianapolis at home versus Tennessee. I think they're going to rock'em sock'em robots all day.
So this is the week for the Colts, huh? This is their week.
I like them.
Defense, offense. They're 6-1. I mean, is this really real? You know what I'm saying? Like, can these trends continue?
If you go back and watch our first week episode, and I lost my mind because I forgot who they were playing, who they beat week 1, but I looked into the webcam and was like, "You're playing the Giants, or you're playing the Colts with Daniel Jones. What are you doing?" I couldn't believe that they got rocked like that. Then week 2, I'm like, what is happening? And then by week 3, week 4, I'm like, this is legit. This is a real thing that's going on. And now I'm in. I'm all in. I've got it. I picked up Daniel Jones. I starred him in one of my leagues. I'm all in on on Indiana Jones, and I do like this nickname a lot more than Danny Dimes. I hated Danny Dimes. I love Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is far better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if he goes to some other team, I'm still going to call him Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Just because it's a better nickname.
I know.
You know what? This is the week. Colston Loveland, tight end for the Chicago Bears.
Welcome to the league, sir.
First touchdown of his NFL career. Welcome to the Touchdown Club, Colston. Lovely
I
to
guess
have you.
I look forward to seeing his participation level, his skill level, everything. Just based on opportunity, he's finally going to get a real look in that offense, and that offense does like the tight ends. So I look forward to it.
Four in a row.
4 in a row.
Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams.
I
Even
give him
DeAndre
4.
Swift. 4 in a row. Is that only four? Only four.
I give him 4.
Give him 4. Well, you know what? Don't. This is the week. This is the week. This one's really fucked up. Oh, pardon my French, but this one's weird. Micah Parsons is going to set the single game sack record versus Pittsburgh. Old man Rodgers gonna be on his ass. He gonna take him out as a Packer. He's gonna just destroy that man and say, "I'm the Packer now, bitch."
Okay, listen, I mean, the thing about it is, one thing I've noticed is that's working for him that they're scheming up is just getting the ball out of his hands really fast.
Yeah.
And that's what
like
that's exactly. And that's going to be the only thing that mitigates that.
It might.
If he holds on to the ball, he's a dead man. And he knows that. So we'll see.
Can we take another quick moment to just say something that we don't usually talk about here? And Jaylen Warren and how great he's actually been this season.
Got to put some respect on his name. I said
got to put some respect.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I said you got to put some respect on his name.
You know what? Let's do it again. I was looking back at his stuff, and he's actually. I wrote him off. He was on my do not draft list.
I came on this show, and I was like, he's not a 3-down back.
Yeah,
you can't use him like that. Grab Caleb Johnson. And I was saying this as recently as week 6, I think.
You did.
Okay. And then he went out there and showed me up, and I'm like, okay, I guess I was completely wrong. I completely underestimated him. And yeah, no,
that was your acorn. He was your acorn that was going to grow into the mighty oak.
He wasn't mine, but he was somebody's, and I was wrong about
remember you said Caleb Johnson. Yes,
Caleb. I thought you were talking about Jaylen Warren. Yes.
Oh, no. Jaylen is just freaking an oak. I mean, he's a strong elm.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe a lovely pine.
A lovely pine.
A nice pine.
A naughty pine, if you will. Anyway. Okay. What do you have any other things happening?
Yeah, no, we can move on to don't be surprised.
Okay, let's do it.
Don't be surprised if the Giants beat the Eagles again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and listen, they're +7, which I like a lot.
Right.
But what do they have to be afraid of? You know, they already beat him once. They're now missing A.J. Brown. They have yet to get the running game going. They really haven't shown. What do they do? Beat him with Dallas Goedert? I mean, these guys are not afraid. They are not afraid. And this Philly defense has not been, although it should be different this time because they do have that one defensive end that got kicked out.
Is it Jalen Smith? Jaden Smith or
Jalen something. Smith. And then they also got a cornerback too. Anyway, Quinn something. Guys, look, we're not pros, guys.
Defense,
okay? Defensive names aren't our friend. We're fantasy football enthusiasts. Okay,
we don't know defensive
the defensive guys don't. We see them as a unit, not as individuals. But they have 2 huge pieces back, which could make a difference. But these guys, they're not scared of them. They're just not. They're too young and dumb to be afraid of them. You know, they weren't in the league last year. They didn't play last year's team. So don't be surprised if somehow these guys just go out there and just beat them again. It happens.
Wow. Thanks, man. I was starting to believe that the first time was more of a fluky type thing, especially the way they epic collapse, against Denver, that they may be really demoralized and all that. And
it's really more the defense fault than the offense. I mean, so
Jackson threw some interceptions.
Did he?
Yeah. And he threw some that should have been intercepted that weren't.
Well, he'll do it again.
Of course.
But sometimes he should have won that game. He should have won.
It's the kicker. You got to blame the kicker. That kid blew it. And there is a kicker named Blew It. Maybe it's him and he just changed his name.
I would.
But yeah, well, I see you still. You blew it. Yeah. Well, don't be surprised, my friend, if the leading rusher for the Patriots this week is Drake May.
Okay. I was going to say there's no way this leads to Travion Anderson.
It leads to Drake May.
That
It
sounds
doesn't
right.
lead to Ramondre. It doesn't lead to Travion playing against Cleveland. And he'll be the leading rusher, and it'll be bad. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game.
Don't be surprised if the Texans upset the Niners, primarily because Purdy might play.
Oh, wow.
If Purdy plays, I give the Texans a real shot. He's not, again, this isn't his wide receiving core out there. You know, he has no
Kittle's
chemistry
out there
with these guys.
He's got Kittle. He's got McCaffrey. He's got Juwan Jennings.
Kittle, who's apparently not that usable just yet. 0 targets last week.
I don't know what happened there. But don't forget, it's National Tight Ends Day on Sunday. He invented it.
I promise you the Bears know. The Bears and WeHo know about it. So I just don't, again, with the turf toe coming off of that, not having played a lot, being out of sync with these guys, I just think that if Purdy plays, that's actually better for the Texans than if they have Mac Jones.
But let me ask you this. You've seen Woody Marks. He's not that impressive. He's getting lots of work, but it's not much. He's not doing a lot with it. He had one decent flashy game, but the rest of it, he's getting more touches. Nick Chubb is going away, but it's not a big deal. Like he's not, I don't think he's very usable. I don't think he's very good for their offense either, honestly. And if Nico Collins is out, who is going to get how are they going to do it? Who are they going to throw it to?
By being at home.
They're just going to be home.
That's all.
That's it.
They both got nothing. I don't know. I just like their chances better if Purdy plays, because I don't think Purdy's going to be in rhythm, in sync, in football shape. I think it's
wow.
I just think it shapes up well for a very good defense to slow them down and may only take like 3 field goals to win.
So if Mac Jones plays,
I feel better about the Niners if Mac Jones plays.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I have the exact opposite of you, which is don't be surprised if Philly beats down the Giants.
That was my original take until AJ Brown was counted out. And then I'm like,
you know what?
This opens the door the other way now.
You heard of addition by subtraction. Yes.
Right. Yep.
Sometimes that can be the case. And when you've got a squeaky wheel and you've got this situation, and it's a little uncomfortable, and you remove that uncomfortable situation, even though it's very helpful, in many ways, but you remove it.
Right.
Everything else can flourish. I think it will be a beatdown. I think that their defense, Philly's defense, is healthier. And I think that was a big difference in the last game that they played. They're not going to let Scadaboo get another, hat trick. That's not going to happen. And Devonta Smith will go off, and you mentioned him, and I think Goddard will go off. And of course, Saquon. I think they're going to just beat the crap out of them.
Listen, they should. I'm saying don't be surprised, because if anyone can overcome that, it's the hubris of youth.
Well, I love it. One of us is definitely right.
For sure.
Again.
Yeah. Unless it turns out to be just a squeaky close game. Oof. In which case, though, the +7.
Good point.
Don't be surprised if Baker wills himself into a top 5 QB versus the Saints.
Oh, I hope you're right. That would be great. Because that would mean the Mecca would go off.
Johnson is exciting.
He is. It's really exciting. And his whole story with Bo Nix is very fun, too. That,
that they were
it's a really good, feel good.
Absolutely. And Emeka Egbuka is back up to healthy. So with him and Tez Johnson, Cade Otton, and Rachaad White is running capably.
Really well. And he's capably.
And catching too. So exactly, which again contributes to Baker. I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield will will himself, and especially with so many people being on by, I think he wills himself into being in the top 5 QBs.
Yeah, after the big prime time letdown.
Yeah.
He really wants to flush that.
He was trying so hard, though. The guy's a warrior. Kid's got moxie.
He does. He just, everyone has an off day. He had an off day. He thought he got his guy back, immediately lost him again. I mean, the emotional roller coaster, he's been banged up all season, and it must have been just crazy in his head. Plus, it's prime time, and I'm playing against these possible
Oh,
Super Bowl, and there was so much narrative behind this. Is this going to see who's got home field advantage for the playoffs? In January and December, and I'm like, wow, they're really making a lot of this game. I guess it kind of was a big one, and Baker, I don't know, he just didn't couldn't couldn't make it happen, but hopefully he can rebound because he's on my team. And there were
listen,
three
I'm
things
telling you
that
right now, he's going to
those three
will
things.
himself into being a top 5 QB. Let's do some
Yeah,
must starts and must sits.
let's do it. I'm ready.
Must start. I'll do my quarterbacks real quick.
Go for
Rodgers
it.
in a revenge game versus Green Bay. We can see what he can do when he's motivated. Jordan Love versus Rodgers. I think we're going to see what he can do when he's motivated. And Flacco versus the Jets. We already talked about him. I think you fire him up. The great defense to take advantage
That's my
of.
only must
Yeah.
start quarterback
Yeah.
is Flacco.
All right. Any running backs?
Running backs, I've got Dobbins and Monangai versus Dallas.
My guy. My guy. I
And
think I have him in my Flyers.
I got Chase Brown
That's
versus the
mine.
Jets.
Boom with a bullet. Yep. I have Chase
Yep.
Brown. He's come back.
He's
The whole
coming
team's come back to life.
Yep.
Under
Yep.
the fly, and the Jets are the perfect team to continue this role.
Yes.
It is a great setup for Chase Brown. Moving on to the wide receivers, Higgins, I think, is a must start again versus the Jets, picking on that. Obviously,
Like
the
it.
start Jamar. The Philly wide receivers, whoever's left, now it's Devontae Smith versus the Giants. I think you could fire him up with confidence now. Tezzy Johnson, I like what I'm seeing. I think he's got it. He's got the it factor. When he has the ball in his hands, it reminds me of the potential that we saw in Zay Flowers. Only with a quarterback who can actually get him the ball. I like Tezzy Johnson, and finally Wandale out of
Robinson
out of the Giants at Philly.
If you had to start one of those two guys, Wandale or Tez, which would you take?
Wandale.
Why?
He's definitely going to get the lead targets.
But he's going to get a ton of targets. Yeah. That is true. He's going to get a lot of targets.
He's going to get the lead targets on that, whereas Tezzy's definitely going to be 2, borderline 3, depending on
how about Romeo Dobbs or Tez?
Ooh, Tez.
You're going to go Tez.
Well,
but you love Jordan Love.
Jordan Watkins might be back.
Right. Christian Watkins
might be back. And he's trending towards being back. He said he plans to play. And Jordan Love spreads the ball around. It's very much a West Coast style offense that way. One day it's hit, which we're now seeing a little bit of now over here in Los Angeles with the Chargers. Almost. Yeah. It's so used to it. You grow up with it 30 years.
It's very hard.
And then so you're seeing it's a spread around. It could be anybody any day. And that's why I wouldn't go Dobbs automatically, because while he has been the de facto wide receiver 1, it's not like it's been dazzling, because there's the wide receiver 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, he spreads it around. That's the way they run their offense.
You know what? You got my guy, you mentioned people on my list. There's only one that's not been mentioned. And it's, I don't know. I'm going to say it. Xavier Worthy, I think, is a must start. And it's weird because he didn't do so great when Rashi came back. But I think I don't think that's going to keep going like that. I really don't. I think that everyone's going to eat. Well, Rashi will be there. Xavier's going to get, he won't be what we hoped, but he'll be that Rashid Shaheed type again. Like, he'll be the speedster that goes out there and gets the long bomb touchdown, and they're going to break 1 or 2. Thornton lost that job when Rashi came back, and now Worthy's that guy. You know what I'm saying? And so Rice is now number 1. Worthy's the Thornton type guy. And then, you got old man Kelsey and Noah back there. And hopefully Brashard Smith starts becoming a lot more involved. I'm noticing a lot more people starting to talk about him and notice him on some of the other, the bigger shows.
Yep.
And I just would like to say that we were there way early.
You nailed it. You called it very soon, very early.
Week 2, we were saying,
like, there's something about this kid. He's more exciting. He's very dynamic. You liked him.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing him a lot more, and he's trending up on waiver wire stuff. I think we're going to see a little even more of him this week, which should be pretty fun.
That's interesting, because I've seen a lot of pick him up, drop, pick him up, drop, pick him up, drop. So,
yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, that's
Yep.
how he tends to be that guy.
You want him, but then you're like, I'm not
Speaking
gonna
of
play
Monday
him.
Night Football, did you notice that the Cowboys are doing it 2 out of 3 weeks in a row in November?
That's kind of awesome. So we
Yeah,
get 2 out of 3 weeks Monday night and
because I think it's next
Thanksgiving.
Monday night, and then I think it's one week
Beautiful.
off, and then the next Monday night.
And then Thanksgiving. That's so
Yeah,
great.
isn't
Dude,
that
yes.
crazy?
I love it. It's
It's
crazy,
almost like
amazing,
they're the greatest
perfect.
team in the world.
It's almost like they're America's team.
Uh, you have any tight ends you want to throw out there as must starts that people aren't already
Yeah, I
having to
mean,
start? I mean, it seems like if you have one, he's a must start. Like
right. I mean, there are three that I think are must starts for sure. Like, Ingram versus
sure,
Dallas, Otten versus New Orleans, and Pitts versus Atlanta. Those
yeah,
are absolute must starts,
yeah.
in my opinion.
I've got Pitts versus Miami. That was the one
Yeah.
that I'm like must start. The rest of them, I think obviously you're going to, but yeah, for me it was Pitts. So moving on
For
to
the defense,
defenses, we
yeah.
mentioned them as waiver wire pickups. They remain juicy, juicy nuggets, and hopefully you got one. Hopefully you listen to us because it's Atlanta versus Miami, it's Tampa Bay at New Orleans, it's Buffalo at Carolina, and it's Kansas City versus Washington. I mean,
How
these are
about
great.
Houston? How about Houston versus San Francisco, especially if Purdy is back?
I don't think that makes them a must start because, well, I may
Well, they're great
believe
anyway,
that's.
but
I mean, they are a great defense anyway.
yeah,
So,
I suppose
but
you are
must
starting them
start, I
because
would put them more in the flyer category.
gotcha. How about with the good come the bad? Who are we sitting quarterback wise?
I don't really have a must sit QB that you aren't already sitting, like Penix or somebody like that. So there was
I got
nobody that really.
two. I got two of
Who
them
do you
that
got?
you'll
Go for it.
that you'll sit,
Nah,
that you must sit.
I'm
Look,
open to it. I'm open.
the only reason I have to play this guy, okay? I don't want to this week. It's Drake May. He's a must sit this week versus Cleveland.
Yeah, that
It's
Cleveland
going to be a
defense.
tough game
Yeah.
for him. And I know he's been shining and he's been great, but this week is a must sit, in my opinion. The only reason I'm playing him is because I must. Um, and then I think you must sit either Mac Jones or Brock Purdy, whoever is playing versus Houston. Those are two must sits, in my opinion, of people that, I mean, the San Francisco guys, you don't even know if they're playing at this point.
Yeah.
So
And with Purdy, again, you just don't know what you're going to get coming off that two injuries.
yeah, especially with a good defense, facing a great defense also. So I doesn't seem right. What about running backs? I'm sure you got a couple of those.
Yeah, Krosky at Kansas City.
Yep, same.
As much as I want the Krosky thing to happen, the
Didn't do it versus
consistency is
Dallas.
absolutely not there. Now you got Mariota coming back, and they're playing against Kansas City, a great defense on Monday night. These are very, very, very bad factors for Washington. You must sit.
Bill,
Krosky and my guy Pollard. Again, tough matchup at Indy and a really good defense, especially at home. I think. Sorry, Pollard, you're riding the pine, baby. You and Tyjae Spears together,
I was going to
both of you
say it's
guys.
ever since Spears came back, it really sucks
Yeah,
because Pollard was he
a
wasn't
volume
letting the
play.
world on right. He was a nice 10 points. You
Yes,
put him in and you get 10 and you can
because he was
rely
going
on
to
it.
get
And
all the touches, all the short passes, all the goal line stands. Now
yes,
Tajay comes in, and sure, that spells him a little bit, but doesn't help us at all.
no, it's not good for
And it's not
fantasy.
helping Tennessee either. I mean, they're still garbage.
Nothing is helping Tennessee. They need a quarterback, dude. That guy is not good, in my opinion. I don't think he's very good at all. I haven't seen him do anything great. I would also go ahead and sit Alvin Kamara versus Tampa Bay. First of all, he's banged up. Second of all, everything is starting to show up. The age,
Yeah.
he's not getting the targets also that he used to get. It's he's throwing them all to Olave and he's getting other guys involved. Uh, it's just that this is probably the last season of Kamara as a RB1 in my opinion. But I would sit him for sure this week versus Tampa.
It's tough to say that about guys you've depended on and seen be so electric for so many years. I remember what happened to Adrian Peterson, a guy I loved, but
Came
then
back
then he came back.
2000.
But then later down, after that down the road when he got sent to the Saints and they already had Ingram and another one, and then he was like the third, and they barely used him, and he couldn't get going, and it was just sad. It was
He played
very
for everybody at the end, but he
boy,
played up until he was 31 years old or
yeah,
something.
he was at
And
the
he
end,
made it.
and I think now
He,
we're seeing that with Kamara. It's tough to
yeah,
watch, but I think that's real.
yeah, sad but true.
Yeah,
Hopefully, are we seeing it? I mean, I hope we're not seeing it, Henry.
it could be. I mean, we
I
really.
hope not. Well, this is going to be
I
a big
just don't.
test.
I don't think with Henry, it's age, it's usage.
Yes,
I don't know what they're doing.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna. You're gonna see a huge flip if Lamar is back. It's gonna look like, oh well, this
I
is the
think so too.
Raiders.
I think they got to get back on what they were doing last year.
Mm.
Wide receivers, I don't like McLaurin if he
I can't believe
plays.
he's actually going to play. Yeah,
Yeah,
finally.
if he
This is such a
plays, I don't
wasted
like
draft
him.
pick.
Again, picking on that team. He's got Mariota. He's against
Mariota, who
Kansas
knows
City.
what the
Very
chemistry is
bad.
yet?
I don't like Waddle at
No.
Atlanta. This has been very bad. That I just think the passing game is just a disarray. Tua is saying stupid crap. All that stuff factors in. Waddle, I think, is unstartable. And I hate to say it, but T Mac versus Buffalo, I don't like him
Why?
because of the red rifle coming in.
Oh,
And,
because he
and
loves Leggett.
well, I just think he's bad. And Buffalo is rested and coming off of losses that they want to avenge. I just think they're going to come in there and against the Dalton.
Is it for sure though at this point that it's Dalton or not?
I believe it is. I will
Mm.
check it. Give me yours.
For wide receivers, I want to go ahead and sit all of the Patriots wide receivers, all of them. That
Okay. Oh,
includes
wow. Because of Cleveland.
Booty, yeah, because of Cleveland, and because there's not going to be one guy worth playing.
Right.
You know,
Or if
actually,
there
no,
is, it's impossible to tell which one it's going to
it's
be.
exactly.
So they just
Someone will
turn into
score
a
a
dice
touchdown.
roll individually at that point.
Exactly. So
Uh,
I say sit all those guys.
okay.
Is
Bryce
Bryce
Young
Young?
is currently listed as doubtful.
See,
Boy, we hate that so much. And that's the thing. If you're doubtful on Friday, then if you play, you're not good. And if you
right.
wait to not play, it's not good. So everything about the doubtful designation is horrible.
Yep.
And
Reality.
that's why I think you have to sit T Mac. Now you're probably not going to. You're probably going to. He's a wide receiver one. You're probably going to go ahead and fire him up. But I think this Buffalo defense is going to come out looking pretty good, rested, and rest is very good for defenses.
Yeah, this is true. Well, that makes me a little sad because I just made a trade for him. As you know, I traded Dowdle for Tet.
Which is
I
a good
needed it.
trade, I think, overall.
Yeah, hopefully in the long term it will be better. Will work out.
And if Bryce Young is doubtful this week, that means he at least has a pretty good chance to play next week. So
right, that helps. That helps, man. Thanks.
welcome,
I needed that.
You're welcome, buddy. Here's this tube of Vaseline, and do what you got to do with that.
Okay. Can you pause this? How about tight ends, man? Speaking of Vaseline, tight ends.
Go for it.
You got to sit Travis Kelce versus Washington. Got to sit him. I'll tell you why. He has not been as involved. I look, last week he had a decent game. This week, I'm telling you, it's going to be worthy. It's going to be all the wide receivers. I know it's National Tight End Week, whatever, but I'm saying sit him, and I'm saying sit Hunter Henry as well. Again, it's the Cleveland thing. I'm very nervous about this game. I still think New England wins. I just am not sure how.
Yeah.
No,
I agree. I mean, the thing about it is they have more weapons. Ultimately, they're just up against a really good defense. And
yeah, I think it's going to be New England's defense that might wind up, scoring.
Quite possibly, because that offense on the other side is hot garbage with Dylan Gabriel back there. They've negated everybody except for Quinshon Judkins, and some weeks even Quinshon Judkins.
I think that they've learned their lesson.
Oh, and there's something, you know what? Speaking of Quinshon Judkins, I'm looking at your brother's team. Yeah. And he and I got into a little titter tat on the text thread earlier this year, right? And then he comes out and puts together this monstrously good team. Now, it is a high risk team. He took McCaffrey, he took Achane, he took Rice, he took Quinshawn. All these are huge dice rolls over the course. These are guys that are problematic
Yeah, in
and had
August,
big
these
question
guys
marks going
were
into them, and all of
tough.
them have come up aces so far.
Yeah.
And all I'm wondering to myself is, has your brother been fucking with us this whole time and
No,
not actually trying in our league?
no.
Because I have leagues that I'm like, oh, I'll just put my experimental team over there. I don't care about
Right,
that one. These are my leagues of record and everything. These are the ones I care about. So I always have one of those throwaway teams
right.
where
Yep,
I
I
do
get it.
all my experimental crap,
Of
and
course.
normally it implodes and I don't give a crap.
Right. And you're like, oh, well, that's what
Right. And so
happens.
I'm
Right.
wondering, so I'm watching this. I'm like, is this because we had our little thing? And you're like, let me just show you what I can do when I pay attention. And I'm like, dang, man, he's rickrolling
Okay.
us.
So I have Sunday dinner with my family every Sunday. Jeff is there every Sunday.
Sure.
And
Good family dinner right there. Everyone in America should do it.
for the last couple of months, really since the text, we discuss you every Sunday and what you said. And it
And
is
and that's
all
how you
you.
know it's a
Yep.
Jewish family
Yeah,
dinner.
yep. I mean, like, he was like, I can't believe he said that. You know what? For just because of that, I'm actually going to try and I'm going to show him what I'm capable of. And I said, "Oh, Jeff, come on, don't do it. Greg's very fragile. You're going to hurt the kid." And he said, I said, he's a comedian. They're fragile people." Anyway, see, look at you now. You'll look hurt.
I'm
You'll look.
not. I'm surprised. I'm hurt that you would call me fragile. I'm the
I,
least fragile person you know. You can't
I'm
dish it out and not be able to take it.
Yes, I was messing with you. It seems like you're getting a little fragile right now.
No, not at all. I'm just saying you can't call me fragile. I'm not fragile.
But yeah, I said, don't do it to Greg. He's
Okay,
not
but what is
fragile.
no? Be honest though. What's the truth?
No, the truth is, he's just had pretty bad luck, and he's been in it since 1988. He's had very bad luck. If you look back, when he's the second highest scoring team of the week, he always plays the first highest scoring team of the week.
Right.
And he
So he
just
just
can't
has,
get it.
yeah.
He
You know,
just can't get it
and the
together
thing
for the
is, and I'm
playoffs.
looking at his team, and I'm like, okay, yes, incredible right now, but also ripe to be that team that all of a sudden down the stretch, and we're
Yeah.
past the trade deadline, and he's just stuck with broken horses.
When is our
I
trade
don't
deadline?
it's somewhere in November, so it's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And so I could see that being a possibility too. Not that I'm putting that on him. I'm not trying to curse him.
Right.
I'm just saying, looking at the construction of his team, it's it's very high risk, very high reward, and so far very high reward. But it could collapse.
He's got a deep bench as
He
well. I
does.
mean,
It's
look,
a
at
brilliant
this
team.
point,
It's a great
I
team.
feel like that's me in the smoking Super Bowls
Right. We're
league.
undefeated.
7-0. I've got a 3-game lead on the next. You're the next closest, and I have a 70-point lead over that on top of the 3 games. I have Rashi Rice. I've got Bijan and JT, and I mean I got all this crazy Amika or Ameka rather Ameka. I got
The
all
fact
these
that
people.
JT fell that far in the second round is truly
That I can get
remarkable.
Bijan and JT is nuts.
Yeah, when I look
That's
at that, I'm like,
nuts.
how did this happen? Because
Yeah.
you were the
Well,
second pick.
yes. And honestly, I thought, I thought I was going to wind. I thought I was first. I thought I was going to get Jamar, but I got Bijan, and I am so happy. And you know what? I would have been. I think I might have been just as happy now, but you know, it would have been I would have been unhappy for about 3 or 4 weeks there watching
Yeah.
Bijan go off.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think I would have been all right. But yeah, when you get a team like that, it feels amazing and inevitable. But injuries are most of it.
Exactly. Being that team in the first half of the season is very dangerous.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean,
But he
this
does.
is
He's
too
put
good to
together an
be true.
amazing team. And I'm looking at him like, was he fucking with us this whole time? Was he just
No,
fucking with us? Is he
no, man.
really actually, is he a beautiful mind? And he was just using it as a little junk play. These
No.
guys, my brother's
He's highly
friends.
competitive. He's
These,
highly competitive.
okay, okay.
But he does have a couple of kids, a wife, and
No,
he's got
I
a
understand
job
that.
and
I
all these
totally
things.
get
You
it.
know how it
He
is. So
doesn't
it's
have as
like,
much. I get it. I totally get
right,
it. I totally get
right.
it. All right. Let's move. Any other must sits before we move on to sleeper flyers?
I would definitely must sit the Steelers defense.
Yeah.
I know that's a weird thing to say out loud. Must sit the Steelers defense. They're playing Green Bay. I got a good feeling this is going to be maybe a Matthew Golden, a Romeo Dobbs, a Tucker Kraft, a Josh Jacobs. I think all of them can get going.
Yeah.
And if Christian Watson comes back, and I think he has to, or he's not allowed to play this year, right?
Um.
Because he was designated to return.
Yeah.
So you got 3
So they've
weeks.
been
That's a
ramping
three
him
week
up all week. They've
window.
been going through
Correct.
the protocols. I don't think he plays a lot this week, but I definitely recommend picking him up and stashing him on your bench, which I've
For
done
sure.
across our leagues.
Yeah, and you could
So
probably do it now and not even have to waste the bench spot because I think he's still designated IR at
yeah,
the moment.
absolutely.
So
I picked him
this
up
is the
and put
time
him
to
in an
do it.
IR spot.
It's perfect. Perfect. I did that with Aaron Jones yesterday.
And then you don't take him out. That's fine. He just
Correct.
sits there another week. You get to keep that other piece in play.
Yes. Now people say, "Oh, that's abusing the IR spot," and in a way, it is. However, what people don't recognize is, yes, I'm doing that, but I can't make any waiver moves until I move him out of IR.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is blocking me from making other moves. So just understand, I know it. It may not seem fair to you, but I am paying a price for it.
Yeah.
I wanted to say
And
that
listen,
because I do that a
the
lot.
rules are the rules. And if it's allowed, it's allowed. Otherwise, change it in the settings. Simple as that.
Bang, bang. Love that.
Yeah,
Straight
no,
to the
I do
point.
that. I do that in every league on every platform all the time.
You
They're
should be
like on
doing that.
Sleeper, they're always like, you have two guys in IR, no longer eligible. I'm like, let's just wait.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're still, they'll probably be right back there come Sunday. So let's
All
just
right,
leave
I'll
them.
make my
I'm not
claim, I
going to go
guess, on
dropping
Sunday.
guys just yet because they're questionable on Wednesday. No, they're not. They'll be out on Sunday. I'm fine.
But you have
So
the choice. You have
yeah.
the choice,
So
right?
let's talk Flyers. Did we lose you? Hold on.
Right. Let's do
Here
it.
we go. Let's get back into this. Sleeper, we lost. They're a little glitchy there. It's this guy doesn't know how to old man fingers in technology situation.
Oh, you
Let's
know
do
what? I'm going to put
sleepers.
it on Do Not Disturb
Don't
right
do
now.
it. Don't touch
I
it.
will. I
Leave
will.
it be.
I will.
Just ignore everything else. Now,
Fair.
going. I only have two flyers really. You mentioned one is a must start, which is Monangai
Yeah.
versus the Ravens, 4,900 on DraftKings. And the one
Nice.
I really like, it's right in the middle of the pack, but I think you're going to get a lot of value for your money, and that's the Cincinnati defense versus the Jets, 2,700. I like it as a play.
Those are your only two sleeper
Those are my
flyers?
only two flyers, so I only two sleepers.
All right. I'm going to go jam through mine quick then. You ready?
Good, jam them.
Quarterbacks Marcus Mariota versus Kansas City, 5,200. He runs a lot. And if Terry McLaurin comes back, we'll see. It's a flyer. Remember, sleeper flyer. CJ Stroud versus the Niners, 5,100. It's weird if Nico's not there, but it's a flyer. Running backs, Tyrone Tracy is a flyer versus Philly.
Mhm.
RJ Harvey versus Dallas, 4,800. Tyrone Tracy's 4,600. And then this is a super flyer. All right, super deep. Devin Neal, running back, New Orleans Saints, in case Kamara is just either unhealthy or just ungood.
And
They
Kendrick
pull him.
Miller's gone now, so.
And my wide receivers, I'm going to go through these quick. There's a bunch of flyers. You ready? Rashid Shaheed versus Tampa, 4,700.
Like it.
Troy Franklin versus Dallas, 4,200.
I like it.
DeAndre Hopkins versus Chicago, 4,200. Xavier Leggett versus Buffalo, 4,000, especially if Dalton's playing. Luther Burden III versus Baltimore, 3,800. And Jalen Noel versus San Francisco, that wide receiver from the Texans that went off, he's 3,500. And then for tight ends, How about Isaiah Likely versus Chicago?
Okay.
2,600. He's less than the IR guys. Dawson Knox.
It's because he scores less than the
He's
IR
not,
guys.
he hasn't played. He had
I
one game
know.
back anyway, and he hasn't played with Lamar anyway. So Lamar's back likely. This might
Flyers. I
be,
get it.
yeah, at 2,600 for God's sake. And then Dawson Knox versus Carolina. Kincaid is banged up. I don't know. He's 2,800. It may be great, or it may be a little bit of a flyer, if you will. And then Colston Loveland versus the Ravens, 3,000. I don't know how Komet's doing. Not sure if he's going to play. Defenses, I got the Bears, 2,600 versus the Ravens, and the Dolphins versus Atlanta, 2,200. It might be Cousins. I don't know if it's going to be Penix or not. Those are my sleepers and flyers for week 8.
Let's see what they're saying really quick. Oh, McLaurin looks like he's going to suit up. They got him listed
Nice.
as healthy.
Nice. I'd like to see him play. He needs to
That
get
might
back
be
in.
interesting. That's why I have him as a sit. Okay.
Yep.
But primarily because of the quarterback situation. Now, I have no locks of the week.
Mhm.
I do have 2 dice rolls, 2 guys I like. And originally, I was like, what's going on with that Ravens line? I was wondering if you could catch a Ravens are -7.
Yeah, because
Lamar's supposed to
they
be
think
coming back.
Lamar's gonna be
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
So,
And I mean, right. Yes. Lamar.
so maybe get in on the other side of that in case Lamar doesn't play.
Love that idea.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. Or if you see any bit of news, jump on there really quickly and place that bet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my dice rolls are the Giants +7.5. I like the
Mhm.
hook on that one. And the
Mhm.
Cowboys +3.5. I like the hook on that one too. I think
I
Cowboys
like
have
it
a real
so
shot
much
at
that
winning
that's
it.
my lock of the week.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Let's
Cowboys.
go.
I can't see. I love them too much to make them the lock.
I'm doing it.
I
I'm
can't
doing it.
do it. I
Took the
can't
over with
do
him
it. I
last time.
can't. I
Lock of the
can't. I
week.
can't.
Give me 3.5 points and the highest flying offense there is.
I know. I'm
Yes.
like, come on. I know
Yes.
Denver's supposed to be this vaunted defense, but they kind of got drilled a little bit last week.
Yeah.
So I feel
30,
like,
32 points.
yeah,
Scored
I mean,
against
by the
by Dart.
Giants. So I feel like Dallas should do fairly well. I like that too. I saw they're +3.5. I'll
Yeah.
sign me up. 3 in the
Yeah.
hook. I'll take it.
That's my lock, baby.
I love
That's my
it.
lock.
Love it.
Roll the
Love
dice on that one. Roll the
I
dice.
call it a dice roll. I'm not going to say it's a lock, but if I was going to have a lock this week, that would be it.
Yeah. I'm going to
So,
say it again for the clips. My lock of the week. Lock it in. Dallas +3.5 points over the Broncos.
and of course,
Okay.
in one of our leagues, we have 2 Broncos fans.
So weird.
Yeah, both Bert and Rob Heskin. So we'll be. I'm hopefully going to watch the game with Rob down at Founders Ale House down the street.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I hope he wears his jersey because I'm gonna be decked out in mine, baby. And you know how I like to get that bar room going. You know how I like to get him going. I get him going so good.
Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
So I do have a couple of dice rolls real quick. I'm going to throw
go
them in
for it.
there.
Yes, please.
Throw them in there. Just a couple of dice rolls. I'm going to take Washington +13 points versus Kansas City, and I'm going to take as a dice roll the Browns +7 versus the Pats. I think the Pats will win. I think the defense is good.
The defense can score.
And I don't think it's going to be by, if anything, you'll push. I don't think you'll lose. I don't think they'll win by more than 7.
Right.
So,
like it's too good of a defense.
So I'll take the 7 points.
I like that as a dice roll.
And let the defense
As a dice
go.
roll, I like it. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, they better hand the ball to Judkins and get 3 touchdowns out of him again. So.
Yeah, or maybe throw to a guy named Jerry Jeudy for God's sake. You know you've got him.
Can I tell
on
you,
team.
I dropped him finally because
I don't blame you.
I just couldn't anymore.
Well, this just in: Jerry Jeudy sleeper pick, week 8. Greg just dropped him. About to go
About to
off.
go off. No, that's for
About
real.
to
That's the
go.
second. The second I
About
let
to
somebody
go.
go, greatest game of their lives. Lock it in, must start Jerry
Putting in
Judy.
every DFS lineup, doing it.
Oh
I'm going to play the
my
captain
God.
mode
Oh
thing,
my
and I'm going to
God.
put Judy.
I hate how real that is. I
I
hate how real
know.
that is.
We'll see.
The Wilson drop is the breath of life.
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Ah,
this is the way it goes. And that's just a little something we like to call fantasy football
Posh
harsh reality.
reality.